How's it going, fellow traders? It's Magic Trader here, and we're going to take a look at the latest CFTC data that was released just this past Monday, yesterday, and it's for data that was collected on November 24th. Now, I've indicated here on gold that this data represents this consolidation candle here on the weekly chart, and this was right before price pushed lower through a weekly area of demand. So what we can see here is on the previous week we saw an increase from 318 to 329 in long positions, and now we've since seen that they've closed off those long positions from 329 back down to 320, and at the same time they closed off a little bit of their short positions. So basically we're still in somewhat of a cooled off territory. 81% of their overall position is geared to the long side. Okay, so price has now dropped into the monthly area of demand, and this is the area where we will be watching to see if they're going to start accumulating a long position and start pushing price back up, because we are at 320. They can go as high as 408 and then even a little bit higher. So we're watching to see if they are indeed going to do that. So as price was dropping into the monthly demand, you'll notice that on the euro was not dropping, and I had indicated this to members in level 3 that when this happens, things like this happens, what we can expect is that when gold begins to show some strength, the euro will pop straight up through supply, and that's indeed what is taking place right now. So let's have a quick look at oil. Oil increased their longs. Look at that. Are we surprised, right? We knew that price was going to move up, and that's what's been taking place. And it's being supported by the institutions adding to their long positions from 638 to 673. I mean, this is the largest long position that they've had since August. Okay, that's a dramatic push up. And take a look here. Shorts closing off 157 to 150,000. So that means long exposure jumps up to 82%, and net positions from 480 to 522. Very bullish. Very bullish. Okay. Let's take a look now at the US dollar. US dollar, we can see that longs are pretty much the same, but they did add a little bit to their shorts as price was consolidating here, and now we see the weakness coming into the market. So we'll probably see shorts continue, although we do have this demand zone right here, and price will have to contend with this area should it want to continue going lower. So we're watching this. It is a little bit bearish, the sentiment, and we're now starting to see the accumulation of short positions. So it's a good sign for a continued move to the downside. Now we have the Aussie. They increased longs from 48 to 51,000, and they also increased shorts from 54 to 56,000. Bottom line is we got a little bit of bearishness going on here, and so far this is holding on the bearish side. Okay, looks very, very close to breaking that weekly area of supply, which would trigger the move higher. Next is the US CAD. We see an increase in longs from 46 to 48,000, but here's the bigger one, 26 to 31 on the short side. Okay, getting a little aggressive now with short positions. Still, the coloration of the cells is somewhat neutral, meaning it's not a good time to trade, so we're sitting on the sidelines and waiting. US Swiss franc, we see longs not doing much. They increase a little bit of their shorts, but not enough to change the short exposure, still at 80%. Next we got the euro. So this one has just recently broke through the daily area of supply that was located up here. So that's changing the dynamic of this chart, because we did see that longs were overexposed here, 266, and then they took massive profits. Based on historical information, we knew that when long exposure reaches these amounts, these extended amounts, that profit taking is what takes place. Now, there was a very good chance for price to drop down here to this area of demand, but that's not taking place right now. What is taking place is they've taken their profits, okay, reducing from 260,000 down to close to 200,000, and now we're starting to see them increase them again. Now, I have mentioned this in the past, that there was a chance that they were going to take these profits and then start to reaccumulate long positions again. Because remember, the all-time high is 266,000. They could start pushing it back up to that amount. But we do have to be aware that there is supply here, and we should expect some kind of reaction from that area. But right now they're very bullish. Next we have the pound US dollar, the increase in longs as price was consolidating here, and they pretty much just increased shorts just by a little bit. Bottom line is coloration of the cells here is neutral, telling us this is not a good time to trade the pound. Should it break up to the upside and remove this trend line, then we'll get something decent here to start buying from. Next we have the US dollar Japanese yen. They increased longs from 10 to 14,000, still very cooled off, and look at this big jump from 40 to 54, back to the amounts that they had previously, November 10. So the coloration of the cells is bearish, and so sentiment is still bearish, and we do expect some downside, but again, we have this to contend with now. Kiwi's been very strong. In fact, it just removed this monthly area of supply, which will create demand down here and could be a really good area for a move higher. And so as this is happening, they add to their longs from 29 to 32,000. They add a little bit to their shorts as well. Coloration, total size is starting to become a little bit more aggressive. Coloration of the cells here is still somewhat blue, so they're this is telling us that it's maybe not a good time to be going long here, okay? Because the move is being made. They're removing supply. What we'd be waiting for is some kind of a retracement before it continues, if it doesn't make contact with the higher time frame supply. And if it does, then we will start looking for entries to get in short. Alright, so that is your CFTC data and analysis for the information that was reported November 24, 2020. If you have any questions, you can reach me, www.whiteoakfx.com. Thanks, have a good day.